Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show, and good morning to you all. It's the start of a new week, and it's the start of pre-season. We've had a video released by Leeds United. It has no players in, but it's still managed to get me a little bit excited. I'm easily excitable. It's probably the ADHD, if I'm being totally honest. Bipolar Joe back in the house. We'll have a look at the video, what they've put out. Look, if I'm being real with you, like, I'm not expecting an announcement today, which is disappointing. I'm led to believe that the club, and I've only just found out this information, again, you can take it with a pinch of salt, but the club were ready to push on an announcement, but got an update from the EFL Friday to say that it's almost done. So I think, like, they're waiting for that before the announcement, no later than Wednesday. I know it's still not great. And listen, that might be wrong. Like, that might be wrong. It could get announced at 12. It could get announced at 1. It could be today. You don't know. But look, what's clear is Daniel Farke will be in the country. Daniel Farke will be signing on the dotted line. I'm led to believe he will be in the country anyway. Look, the players are back for pre-season testing. We'll have a look at some of the images, some of the stills. There's new and this is the thing as well. Something's happening at the football club, right? That's clear as day, because the new training kit's been announced. The new sponsor's been announced, both on the arm of the shirt, which is a Unibet, I think, and then obviously Box T. In the middle of that, there's been some shocking stuff with the Socio's name on the captain's armband or whatever bullshit it was. But it's clear things are happening. I think we'll get the Phil Hay podcast today at Square Ball as well. So that'll be an interesting listen to see if we are any closer. New training gear released as well. I do like the green one, if I'm being totally honest. But I think I'll be getting the black one. It is what it is. We'll have a look at the training kits for those that want to know. We've got some news as well. There seems to be a few links to a few players. I'm led to believe there's some players ready to go. Leeds United, obviously, as we would have expected, are doing bits in the background. Who them players are, I'm not too sure. I'm hoping one of them might be Ryan Manning, for example, and they'll just be waiting for, everything to be announced so that then they can really start to get the balls rolling, you know what I mean, on to the next one kind of vibe. So we'll have to wait and see. The green one's nasty, says Katrina. I quite like it. I think I'm going to buy it my daughter Maisie as well, though. I won't be wearing it. I'm looking at getting the black one, I think. I don't think you can go far wrong with black. Just on this, though, let's have a look at some tweets and some bookmark stuff that I like to do. My Twitter's been all right, by the way, over the last few days. Last 24 hours anyway. Big up Chris. LUFC Data brought us this, which I think's, yeah. I mean, I think we've got the manager, but it's not been officially announced. But there are just 3 of the 92 two clubs in the top 4 tiers of English football that are currently without a manager or head coach, and Leeds United is top of that list. 31 days as well. It's all the Yorkshire club, but I mean, what's wrong with these managers? Do they not know that Yorkshire is God's own country? It's a beautiful place to live. And look, there he is, look, my man. There we go. What a legend this guy is. He's always getting love on this channel because he's always putting out top quality content on social media. If you haven't already, make sure you follow him. Yeah, he's class. So yeah, look, 33 days as well until the season starts, and it's actually single figures now. Single figures for our match against Manchester United in Oslo. As I've said to you before, I actually feel sorry for the fans in Oslo because they're going to get a haphazard team. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least say Leicester. And I've heard some wild things, right? Big up to my man Connor. Big up to my man Connor. You know I love him. I was watching his video this morning, and he was like, I mean, there is context on it, because obviously at the minute we are in a bit of a shit show, but he said like top 6 would be a good season. And I'm like, Connor, man, come on, brother. But listen, we're different. We're different. And like, everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's all love from me to him, of course. He knows that. But Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, man, we'll be all right. Trust me. We're getting the ducks in the row. I think we'll be all right. But listen, you know what I'm like. I get giddy, so it is what it is. We move. I've just heard a little WhatsApp go. It wouldn't surprise you if that's my man there saying, no, it's not. It's not. He'll be working. He'll be working. But it is what it is. But yeah, LUFC data, big up to Chris. Make sure you, Jamie, do you know what, right? As I watched the video, I started to think, yo, I think Jamie might be Connor. You two are kindred spirits, my man. You two are kindred spirits. Some would call it realism, others would call it negative. It is what it is. We move. Shoebang says, we're not sure. Come on, man. You're looking at everyone else, seeing the bits. David O'Halloran says Fabrizio Romano has zero updates about a manager. That a bit fishy. No, mate, we're not Premier League anymore. He's not asked about us, and he's no longer getting fed information from Rads and Orta. So don't expect these journalists to be the ones that do push Leeds United are the fake ones. Alfonso Locadia, Ekram Corner, because Leeds United have a big fan base. So if you can start to, project that you're delivering some news, Leeds fans are going to get on it. You've got like our boy Ash, Juan Martin is going, oh, I love you and all that sort of stuff. He gasses them up and then they're like, oh, right, Leeds is the way to go. But yeah, Fabrizio Romano's not asked about Leeds United and the Football League. Jamie Dixon says having no manager in pre-season is just amateur. I believe he will be there, bro. I believe he will be there. I believe he'll meet with the players, but I get it. As a fan, you want an official announcement, 100%. I also want to just share this one as well because Joe Gelhardt was on the, not actually him, more like a sticker on his training gear, and LUFC data put this picture on, which I think was fun as well. Just 1 second, I'll quickly share that with you. There we go. Just stood there, that Will Smith meme on his own in the empty house. Although we have seen images of Sam Greenwood. Sam Greenwood also arriving. Kieran Law, who is just a fan, I believe, has obviously rocked up at Leeds Carnegie. There he is. Look, that's big up Kieran Law. He's there, and there actually is an image of Sam Greenwood there, taking some pictures, obviously for the socials. We knew this would happen, right? It's all positive propaganda. It's fine. I lap it up. You lap it up. It's what fans do, right? We're like, yeah, they're back. I love it. There are some more images I'm gonna share as well. We're gonna get stuck in at some transfer news as well. There's been someone also made this comment and listen, the fact that we're waiting on EFL and this big fanfare for them to go, yes, we've now took over and here's your manager. John Salt on Twitter messaged me and says, Joe, tomorrow's July the 4th, which is American Independence Day. And I just thought about the ego it seems they might have and having this fanfare and for me, I'm not asked about it. Just give me the manager. It doesn't have to come as a double announcement. We know who it is. Just give us it. But then, John Salt mentioned that, and I thought, you know what? He's probably right. Like, Americans take over. It's Independence Day. We go. Or maybe I'm just being daft with that stuff, but I don't know. We will have a look at the training video. Obviously, I can't sort of like share the video, but we can have a look at some stills. There we go. There's the boss man in the house. People were here, but there he is, Luke Ayling, looking fresh in the new training gear. Luke Ayling reporting for pre-season. That's enough to make you smile, seeing Luke, isn't it? Let's be honest. I know people disagree, but it's nice. It's nice to see the man Luke in the building, and we'll get more of that. And hopefully at the end of the day, we might get one of them. And guess who's next? And then all of a sudden, it's our man... Farke. Right, okay, so this is the training video. Again, I can't like share it, but like there's no one in it. I mean, I have shared it before, haven't I? But I don't know these days. I'm getting a lot of hate towards the current crop of people at the club, so they might like take it down. We don't love them anymore. Don't love them anymore. Not for me. So yeah. there's my man there doing some pre-season testing. There's some calipers as well. I guess that's to measure body fat. Yeah, man, love that. Here's the new training gear. Very professional. Just a Gelhart sticker. You know, that's how we move. Didn't have time to put the names on. Just stuck a sticky label on. It's like being at. It's like when you start a new job or you go through training. There's like, can everyone write the name and stick the labels on so I know who I'm talking to and that. That's what that's like. What the fuck? Why? Yeah, Philip, man. Why? Like, what? Look. There's everyone's different, right? You don't sell Luke Ayling. Okay, you don't, he doesn't be your number one, but you don't sell him. What's the point? Why are you going to replace your second choice right back who's had Premier League experience and been an absolute class player at the football club? Won't play. Why are you going to sell him to then have to replace him? We have no other right backs. We have no other right backs, you know? So terminate his contract. You're mad. You're mad, bro. You're mad. I believe he did, no? Maybe I misheard him then. I had just woke up, but I believe he did. I'm sorry if I've misquoted him, but said we'll start off the season poorly and then maybe get top 6, which would be a good season. I thought I heard him say. Maybe not. But it's irrelevant anyway. It's only jest. Yeah, so not much on the video. Like, no one's actually there. Sam Greenwood is, though. Sam Greenwood's in the building, looking dapper in his new training gear. So there we have it. He's in the building as well. So big up to Sam Greenwood. Big season for him. Big season for the likes of Joe Gelhart, etc. Because it's their time to shine. It's their time to come out of the abyss, if you like, a little bit, and really show us that they're ready. Because if they don't make it this year in the Championship, then they'll be moving on. Because when we get promoted, these players are not going to be there. And I genuinely believe that. I think if we do get promoted and they haven't had a good season in the Championship, they haven't played a lot of minutes, then what are we waiting for? So, yeah, talk to me, bro. Talk to me. Do you think we could just sell everyone and replace everyone? And yeah. Daniel Ager says, hi, Joe. Love your streams. Cheers, brother. Thanks for the support. He says, but tomorrow I bet announcement. You keep the old guards, help the future. Exactly, mate. This is what I'm saying. You have to keep them around the place. You can't just sell everyone. This isn't Championship Manager. This isn't FIFA. You know, that's my thoughts. Other people will disagree. And that's fine. That's fine. We're getting a lot, like I say, sorry. We're getting a lot of stuff coming out from the club over the last 24 to 48 hours. Maybe it is just a case of that they're back from holiday now, but all the sponsorships are getting sorted. The kits are getting sorted. I think, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to, that announcement, if you like. We are getting closer to that announcement. And I'm not concerned about it anymore. Pre-season's here. They will have a manager in the door. It will be Daniel Farke. It's totally fine. Let's have a look at some transfer stuff. I seen this yesterday. Again, I don't know much of the guy, and it could be agent talk, but this was mentioned in the YEP as well as on LUFCmock.com. I think it's just an aggregator site that gets all the Leeds news and posts it out on social media, like a lot of people do, right? It says Leeds United are keen on a move to sign Maccabi Tel Aviv striker Jovanovic, yeah. Jovanovic. I can't pronounce that first name. Geordi. Jovanovic, Serbian forward, scored 22 goals in 43 games. About 22 goals in 43 goals. That's decent. But 22 goals in 43 games last season. That's come from Sports Walla. But like I say, I did see the YEP also report this as well. Joel Pirro continues to be linked. I think that could be out of our reach a little bit. He is a little bit further more on Jovanovic. Let's have a look what this article's had today. So Sports Walla claimed Leeds United are keen on a move to sign Maccabi Tel Aviv striker Geordie. I like Geordie. Maybe that's what we'll go with. Geordie Jovanovic says And this is from Robbie Keane's news side. Having spent the last 4 games at Leeds, Keane has now embarked on his first managerial job. Maybe Keane will do us a solid. Keane is taken over at Israel's side, Maccabi Tel Aviv. Maccabi, why do I keep saying that? Where he finds Serbian international Jovanovic, 24. The striker netted an impressive 22 goals in 43 games last season, earning 3 Serbia caps due to his impressive 22-23 term. And that's no mean feat because obviously, you know, in that team you've got Alexander Mitrovic, of course, and some other decent players as well. Milinkovic-Savic as well, I believe, plays in that side. Unsurprisingly, there is interest in the striker. Keane will do well to keep hold of the forward, especially with Leeds now interested. The report simply states that Leeds are looking without making a move as of yet. It could just be agent talk. It could just be an easy link to say, oh, Robbie Keane was the manager. Now he's moving here and he's a good striker. And oh, look, now that you know what it's like. It does say, though, the report does state that Tel Aviv are keen to offload him in order to promote teen star Dor Dergeman. Keane would still hope to keep hold of his star striker in Erin Javi, a veteran at 35, but scored 26 goals last term. There you go. They might be looking to sell him to bring some money in order to, get some more players themselves. Leeds could be in the market for a new striker. Rodrigo is more than likely to go with strong links to both Spain and Qatar. It's not actually Saudi Arabia. This article's pish. Patrick Bamford could be. This is really poor because they're talking about 22 goals in 43 goals. Who's a Redditor? Who's this gone past by? Rodrigo's not going to Saudi Arabia. It's Qatar. Patrick Bamford could be tempted to go. Well, that's BS because no one's going to, come and get him. Rutter has been linked with an exit. No, I don't think he has, really. Though Phileas, nah. This is a load of pish. I'm sorry to Will Butcher. My bad. But that's really poor. But there you go. Jamie says we need a proven championship striker, known to score goals and get us out of the B division. I agree, mate. They're very hard to find. Joe Pirro would be great. Gyökeres. How lucky were Fulham on both occasions and, to have Mitrovic. You know what I mean? So that about Bamford is true. What? That teams want him? I'm not too sure, Philip. Tell me a link where you've seen Patrick Bamford getting linked to another club and we'll talk about it there. If you're just being wishful thinking, then that's fine. But yeah. Let's have a look. The Sun claim Bournemouth are interested in signing Newcastle goalkeeper Carl Darlow amid reports that Leeds United have internally discussed a move for the two-man with a fee of $5 million required to be for the shot stopper. Listen, I think Carl Darlow would be a decent signing for Leeds United in the Championship, 100%. And if you can get him for as little as $5 million, you go make it happen. Bournemouth may be looking at him as a number 2. Maybe he goes as a number 2 and stays in the Premier League because obviously they've got Neto as their goalkeeper, haven't they? In the Premier League, the Brazilian former international as well. I'm not sure he's there. No, well, they've got Edison, haven't they, and Allison, but I think Neto's played for them before. I'm sure he has. I'm sure he's had caps. Lee says Regis Lebris hasn't turned up to his first day of pre-season. Wow. Well, this is the thing as well, Jay. It could be BS, right? Like, it's an easy link to make, isn't it? Oh, who have they been interested in the past? Carl Darlow. Right, let's make that. It is come from in one of the worst gutter presses out there as well. So it could just be bullshit. And I don't know why Bournemouth would go after him. Maybe as a number 2. But then if he can get first team football at Leeds, it would make sense. Wiggly Andrew says, I hope we get Gyökeres. Believe me, trust and believe, people. Forget about Gyökeres. He's not happening. He's not going to come to Leeds United. I think he had a move to Sporting. That may have fallen off, but there's Premier League clubs. There's no way Gyökeres comes at Leeds. If he does, I apologise and I was wrong. But yeah, nah. Jay says, Lebris doing a Peter Odom-Wingy and sat in the car outside Ellen Road. How mad would it be if the announcement is just Lebris? That would be mad. I can't see it, though. I can't see it. We don't need to go through that. Blessing in disguise for Leeds stars. Premier League club reject chance to sign him. This is Brendan Aronson. apparently have turned down the chance to sign Brendan Aronson. Fulham have turned it down. I've heard they've been looking at Yunus Musa as well. Yunus Musa's more for them, right? I don't understand why Brendan Aronson or Fulham actually want Brendan Aronson, but then again, they do like to take our pretty pish players on loan in the Premier League. Dan James being one, although I think Dan James will do well in the Championship for Leeds. I was dead set against it. I've actually thought about it, digested it, and said, yeah, no, do you know what? He'd probably rip it up in the Championship. He just lacks technically for me. His final ball, his finishing's poor, but in the Championship, the pace that he can give us, you get a correct number 9, him playing off him, maybe Nonto on the left side, although I think he'll go, maybe Somerville, although I think he'll go. So could you be looking at bringing a player in them positions? Hopefully so. I think we'll see players coming from Germany just because of Daniel Farke. He has obviously a good talent ID because we've seen that at Norwich with the likes of Pukki, Buendia and Koch, Stiepermann. There's been loads that have come through and done well at Norwich. Yeah, a few duds, but it is what it is. No one can get it 100% right. The best managers in the world sometimes sign duds. Nothing happened on yesterday's walk, says Nigel. Yeah, I've seen that comment, bro. Yeah, this is the thing, innit, Jay? That would be amazing. And you know where to keep it locked. Get your notifications on, because it will be a busy week this week. It definitely will be a busy week. Don't forget, once the manager has been announced, myself and Andrea will be doing a video looking at potential signings in each position. That'll be late on an evening. I've been speaking to Andrea yesterday, and he's been doing some work on that. He's going to send me some names over so I can have a look at them as well, just so I know what I'm talking about. This guy's knowledge is second to none. So he'll be mentioning players that I'll never bloody heard of. So I need to know that. Kieran, I do think Dan James will stay. I think he'll be given a chance because who's going to come from him unless... This is the thing with us being a Championship club and having these players. We need to be wary right up until the last day of pre-season, because Premier League clubs, if money and stuff, might take a chance on these players. It gets towards, it's coming towards midnight and they go, oh, we didn't get that target. We didn't. Well, he could do a job off the bench and fill out the squad. Yeah, do you know what I mean? This is what happened. So we'll have to watch this. Phil Hayes apparently tweeted, says Jamie Dixon. Let's see what Phil's had to say. We have got a tweet from Phil here. He says it's one day of pre-season at Oh, right, okay. Let's get it up then. Let's go through the Athletic article. Phil here. This was posted 3 minutes ago, folks. So this is hot off the press. It has got a picture of Daniel Farke on. I don't think it's a manager announcement. It's more a case of pre-season. What I will say as well, what this leads me to believe, and I may be wrong, is that they're not expecting an imminent announcement. Because if Phil, and normally the press know before, right? Because they get given like the NDA and then they get given a time that they can push the button on the news almost instantly after Leeds United have announced it. But this tells me there's not an announcement imminent because he'd have held off on this story, surely. He'd have held off on this. And if he knew an announcement was due, he'd have held off, right, and done a piece with the announcement on there. Who said we're skint, bro? I don't think you're saying it. Who said we're skint? If people think we're skint, we're definitely not. Definitely not skin. That's mad if you think that. But listen, it's fine. Leeds United pre-season day 1 and the wait for Daniel Farke continues. Let's have a look what he says. So Monday morning, and for Leeds United, their usual haunt for the start of pre-season, Leeds Beckett University is where the club like to spend day 1, a base for physical testing and assessments before any of their players step foot on the grass. Just what I will say on this as well, like I have ideas for the channel, obviously, and obviously one day I want to make it permanent, and I want to be like, when there's kit announcements, when stuff like this is happening, I want to be able to go to Leeds Beckett with a camera and do stuff outside there, try get hold of a player, see fans passing by, ask them questions. That's my hope for the channel. Even like just pop into Ellen Road once a week outside the club shop as people are coming in and out, ask them questions with a camera, then editing that up and putting it out. Like, that is what I want this channel to look like in the future. That is my dreams and aspirations for the channel, just being able to get in the car and saying, right, I'm going here, we're going to film this, do this, and then that'll go up as a video, as well as all the lives and stuff. So that is my hope, and one day I will get there, man. So if you can help and support, like I say, the memberships, super chats, just watching the video, you don't have to contribute in that respect, but I do have, that's what I want to do. You know, because I would have done that today, you know, when we're not working on a Monday, go to Leeds Beckett, do a piece outside there. Obviously, probably very unlikely I'll get access to any of the, to any of the players, but, you know, it'd be class if fans, because there's fans there, right, taking pictures, could ask them a few questions. What are your thoughts on the manager? That's the dream. Hopefully we'll get there, man. But yeah, we will do. Right, okay, we'll get there, man, I promise. Monday morning, and for Leeds United, their usual horn, as we've said. Not everyone was present for examinations ranging from brain scans to dental assessment. Most of the club's international, those involved in games abroad over the past month, have been given an extra week away. So, you know, yeah, like you say, Carl, outside Thorpe Arch, for example, you know, I know they're at Leeds Beckett now. Did I say Thorpe Arch? I meant Leeds Beckett. But yeah, no, but again, that's all part of the journey. Do you know what I mean? I will get there. I will get there. Yeah, drive down. I'd have had to get the megabus, but you know what I mean. I'm talking like long term. Need to spend 67. Hopefully, signing being worked in. Yeah, I think there will be. Definitely, there will be. There will be that signings in the background. Certain others are on the verge of heading out of the door. Yeah, some might be asked not to return. You know, likes of Rodrigo and that. They might just say there's no point. You know, stay in Spain, sort your move out kind of thing. And on this particular Monday, there was no head coach. The best example of the fact that as a championship project, Leeds are still loading, right? The delay on the front is following the timeline as United intended. Takeover first, a new head coach second, and most other things, including players moving in and out, falling in line from there. The fly on the ointment is that the timeline assumed the taker of Leeds agreed in principles would be officially ratified by now, allowing everything else to follow. Instead, this was another Monday spent waiting for the EFL to give the buyout as approval. Patience stretched one more. Now, again, as I told you earlier on, like, I think they got a bit of a steer on Friday from the EFL to say, you know, it's coming, and therefore they may be maybe held off on the managerial announcement. I was also told, and again, I'm not trying to be ITK, I'm just taking what I've been told, that Leeds United, because I forget the guy's reporter now. What was his name who I messaged? Him who does the price of football. Kieran Maguire, wasn't it? He said this is not the EFL's fault, right? He said this is not the EFL's fault. It's the buyer or the seller holding this up. And apparently, like, it was an issue with paperwork from Leeds United's end. One of the new directors had a bit of an issue with regards to their papers getting them in. I don't know how true that is because we know the Premier League, but that's what I was told. But at the end of the day, something's holding it up. It's the EFL, it's Leeds, or it's Rads. Something's holding it up. So there's going to be a lot of guesswork, but we'll see. Wiggly says, "Do you? Yeah, of course we will. 9 days, 100% we will. 100% we will. If we don't have a manager the first game in pre-season, then forget that." There has been some pics of Rutter, I believe. Let's have a look at them. That's exciting. I think Rutter stays. Let's have a look. And I think he'll rip it up, by the way. Where is he? I haven't seen no Rutter pics. Is it on social media? Tonali's been announced at Newcastle. Yeah, according to the YEP as well, they're saying Leeds United are expected to announce their takeover by the 49ers this week. No later than Wednesday, I reckon. I can't see no Rutter pics, bro, unless I've missed it. Or on Insta, right? Okay, we'll have a look at that as well. We'll go through here. It says Leeds know that approval will come from the EFL. The formality of the green light merely held up by the governing body following protocol and completing the checks which every club takeover is subject to. LEEDS know which head coach they want to, and for much of the past week, discussions have been ongoing with Daniel Farke over the terms of the contract for him and the backroom staff who move from job to job with him. Again, we spoke on this before. Like, it's important that he has his own men as well. We've seen it with Bielsa. We didn't see it under Jesse. It was all over the shop, and I think that was part of the reason we went down as well. Just how uncohesive it was behind the scenes. All sides expect Farke's appointment to go through, pending confirmation that ownership of Leeds has passed from Andrea to 49ers. Just on the interview process, let's have a look at this then. So it says Farke's face-to-face interview was strong too. And though Patrick Vieira, another of the interviews, made a similarly good impression, United's owners in waiting swayed towards the German. There you go. So it was close between the two. I think maybe Daniel Farke having 2 promotions on his record probably won out, and I'm glad about that. They mentioned the assistants, that they'll all come in with him. Andrea gave us some great history on them. Some of these actually played. I don't know if you're aware or if you missed that video, but some of these coaches actually played under Daniel Farke in his first job. And then when he moved to Dortmund, he took them as coaches. So I think that's very important as well, because we know with Bielsa, he moves his staff around with him. What that means is they speak each other's language. They know what he wants. When I'm away, he knows what I want. There's no issues in the camp. We've seen as soon as René Maric was shown the door, he put out a tweet. He deleted it straight away, but he put out that tweet to let people know this was not my fault kind of thing. He went, I tried to get ideas across, I weren't allowed. With any Cal Robinson, without saying anything, saying, oh, some of the stories I heard about the previous regimes was wild. So there you go. It was a bit mad. Right, okay. So let's... see, this is the thing, innit? Let's go back to this article. It sort of coincides with what I was just saying there, to be fair. No, that's not true. Not true, mate. Not true. So Leeds have been finalising deals with them, although Farke remained on the continent over the weekend. Like I said to you early on, expecting to fly in today as the club initial returnees prepared to check in at Leeds Beckett this morning. After testing today and fitness work tomorrow, the club's first proper training session is scheduled for Wednesday. Or did I say no later than Wednesday? It's looking like Wednesday. Mark Dale, yeah, you can become a member. It's £5 a month. It is the link is in the description if you want to become a member. Just a way to help and support the channel. You don't have to. There is a few that do. And now you become like a moderator on the channel and that. So if you would like to, the offer's there. Like I say, you don't have to. But yeah, it's a great way. So Wednesday, I've heard he's flying in today. I heard that off not the same source, but someone told me that he's coming in today. Then I've heard that obviously maybe Wednesday. Yeah, exactly, Sam JH. I think, like we said, right? Like we said, yeah. I said to you over the weekend, if the announcement isn't done by Monday, they'll package this up as pre-season testing, not officially pre-season yet. But then when they're on the grass Wednesday, then the new manager's announced. Do you know what I mean? That's how it'll be packaged, I think. Although I think it's pre-season now, I did say to you before, it'll be packaged. Oh, this is just testing. We don't need the manager there for that. Which, to be honest, they don't. It'd be nice for him to greet him, and maybe he'll do a Zoom. I don't know, in the hall, but half of them aren't even there anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it's not that deep. Or am I just clutching? Do you know what I mean? Am I just clutching? Well, let me sort that out for you, LUFC loss. Sometimes I miss it. Just 1 second. For you, bro. Sometimes I miss it, that's all. There you go, brother. Yeah, so let's go back on here to the article. Leeds have held off on formalising the appointment on the basis that 49ers Enterprises does not officially have the authority to make that decision. And that's not, I mean, Phil's reporting it, so it must be true, but I'm not too sure because we got Nick Hammond. Right? It might be the FF takes longer to process the handover that the club have to push the button on Farke in advance of the thumbs up, right? Now, as I've said to you, I was told they were willing to do that. But having spoke to the EFL on Friday, they've had a steer that says it's going to be soon. So then the club have probably gone, well, we don't need to announce it. It's cool. They've got Beckett Monday, Tuesday. We'll save it for Wednesday or maybe Tuesday evening or maybe even this evening. I'm guessing on the days. I have been told no later than Wednesday. But like Phil said in the article there, that, you know, it might be if the EFL takes much. This is why I don't understand this bit as well, because it's saying we don't have the authority to make the decision, but then it goes on to say, but if it takes much longer, we'll have to push the button anyway. Well, what is it? Are you allowed to or are you not? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, that's fair, Katie. That is fair. But that is also sort of like he's not allowed, but then he is. And I don't know. Like Katie, you'll know anyway. Katie's ITK, you know. Katie, you need to keep me ITK. But yeah, listen. Katie's ITK, man. She's got connections, trust me. But we'll wait and see, right? Henry, I think, yeah, nice theory. Like I say, I have been told little bits and bats, but again, you can't. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, unless it comes from the horse's mouth, you just don't know, do you? But Americans love a fall for the maybe Tuesday evening ahead of Wednesday, first preseason, and then we'll get the proper images. Okay, he says needs Rads to sign off on stuff until it's all done if he's still the owner. I actually know nothing. You tell lies, Katie. You tell lies. Let's have a look. It does say as well, though, sort of backing up what Katie's just said, in theory, Radrazani's permission would be needed at present, though in practice. There you go, then. So maybe that's why we got the Nick Hammond deal over the line. Or like Katie said, maybe he's just employed by the 49ers. So, yeah, it could be a host of things. Farke similarly is shaping up to be 49ers' first choice, and then it talks a bit about him, his credentials, obviously winning the chat. What are you chewing? He's chewing his toy, it's fine. In the meantime, let's talk about players. Certain players in Leeds squad are on the verge of moving on. Diego Llorente is ready to head back on Roma. He was absent for testing today. Totally fine. Koch is close to joining Frankfurt on a temporary basis and also was missing from Leeds. Beckett, again, totally fine. Listen, isn't it funny? Can you hear him fighting? For fuck's sake. Hey! What are you doing? What are you doing that for? You're not having it now. Honestly. No. No, you're not doing it. I'm sick of you fighting, man. You've got to stop this. Sorry about that, folks. It's their toy. But this is the thing, right? Someone put on my comments, right? Someone put on my comments the other day, Joe, have you ever thought about buying them 2 toys? I was like, you really think I hadn't done this? So this is they broke it, the bit to thing, but so I got 2 of them, right? And all they do is, look, they're both here now. They just fight. Whoever's got the one fights off it. Do you see what I'm saying? So, if I give them both one of them will drop it and just go for theirs. That's what I'm saying. So Marco had it, totally fine. He's gone downstairs and Billy's gone for it. And now they're both sat here. Boys, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. You can leave it alone. Don't be. Look at him. Look at him. Try to get it off it. Look, he's getting it off at radiator, the little shit. Oh, he's done it. Oh, God. Right, out you go then. Downstairs. No, not in here, please. Marco, go on. No. Go on, out you go. Go on. No, actually, Marco, come here. Come here. Separate them. They're like kids, man. You can have this, what once resembled a dinosaur. You have that, please. Right, there, we're back. Someone said, oh, God, someone's saying, is that your toy? Yeah, a bit wild, man, making sounds and that. Growing the old beard, no, mate. I need it cutting, but I want one of them new skull. Do you know them like 3 things? They're about 100 quid though, but I do want one. But I need it cutting, mate. I do need it cutting. But I'm trying to be more frugal. So I'm like, do I need to be paying to get it done? Anyway, that's enough for me. Joe, dog wrangler extraordinary. The Wild. Can we have them two at centre back? They do a good job, mate. Trust me, they would. They would definitely do a good job. They're mad, aren't they? They have my life. Right, let's get back to this. So, Robin Koch, yeah, this is where we were at, right? Just on Robin Koch, yeah. His agent is out there talking about him replacing Kim Min-jae at Napoli, Manchester United. Who else was he linked to? Probably Real Madrid and Barca. Do you know what I mean? This is where he's at. But it looks like he's going to join Eintracht Frankfurt. But go back to Germany. Is where he'll probably be. Brendan Aronson is also poised to follow Koch to Germany, leaving for Union Berlin on loan. Union Berlin had a very good season play, very direct. Teams in the Bundesliga struggled to deal with it, almost long ballish, very direct. And that's why they've done so well. And Brendan Aronson probably suits. Do you know what I mean? Direct, doesn't he? So he's going to leave. Maybe that's why Fulham. But listen, that's fine. I think for me, him going to Germany is totally fine as well. I think it'll work out for him. So you've got Robin Koch, Diego Llorente, Brendan Aronson, all gone, and that's fine. Wages off the bill and all that sort of stuff. Let's have a look at Koch wants to play at a level above the Championship, and the club would prefer to remove him from the wage bill. Yeah, man, same. They hope to secure a loan fee as part of the deal with Eintracht. Oh, there you go then. Maybe he won't leave on a free, but it says they hoped, and then full stop. I'm not sure. Are we going to? If not, I don't know. So it says they hoped to secure a loan fee. Watch this space then. Maybe we'll get something on him. Aronson's first season in England descended into a major struggle for former Leeds are planning for the new season without him. So they're happy to move him on. And just let me say something on Brendan. I think I like him. I like what he did in the early parts. I don't think he's ready physically yet for English football. I think the move came too soon for him. He probably should have gone from the Austrian league to the Bundesliga, and then he maybe even might have got a bigger move, and he needs to reignite his career. But I also felt that Jesse Marsh did him no favours, because Jesse Marsh beasted the kid. And I mean, like, played him in even when he was having poor games. I remember doing watch-along saying, just take this guy off. Take him off. But he just continually played him. You know, so yeah, I don't think he was helped in that situation at all. Oh, see, I like this as well. This is important. So it says, Farke has been able to participate in conversations about changes to the squad since United made it clear that at the end of a fairly exhaustive interview process, he was their man. And this is where it comes back to the people that are saying, we're underprepared, we're behind everyone. It's not true. Yes, we haven't officially announced it, but it's just told us there that he's been involved in these conversations. So I think that's a positive. Like I said, I think we'll see a lot coming from the Bundesliga. I think he'll get a tune out of Rutter. He'll look at the squad and say, yeah, I can work with this. You just need it. Pick players in these positions. Hopefully he can convince Cody Drama. I think we need a couple of left backs. You know, and like Jack says, that gives me more confidence. Exactly. It gives me a lot more confidence to know that he's been involved in these discussions, right? In terms of what has to happen this summer, his unveiling will be the end of the beginning rather than the beginning of the end. And as appealing as the job was to him, in no way can he consider it a gimme. Managing Leeds United is a mission at the best of times. Farke will be picking up the pieces of relegation with all of a month to get his show on the road. That is important, you know, like in terms of getting his style across. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But I have belief in Daniel Farke as a coach. Okay, yes, he hasn't done it at the top level, although he managed in the Bundesliga, finished 10th. It's not too bad. I know they wanted more from him, Mönchengladbach. That's why he's been relieved of his duties. But he was, you can't compare. What I will say as well, like in terms of finances, finances, not comparable to what he'll get at Leeds. But also what's not comparable is the pressures of the job. The pressures of the job at Leeds United is a totally different kettle of fish to Norwich. And that's no disrespect to Norwich City, but they're just not on the same. They're not on the same stratosphere as Leeds United, So it'll be interesting to see how he does. But another great article from Phil, and that really gives us some meat on the bones, doesn't it? That really gives us something. That Daniel Farke is involved in discussions about the playing squad. That has been confirmed by Phil. We also have 3 confirmed, exits more or less straight off the bat. Robin Koch, Llorente, and Aronson are going. They're gone. They're not returning. That's fine as well. I think I'm cool with that. Let's have a look at some of, just check the notifications to see if there's anything else. LUFC fan zone have already, just tweeted out about him, already been in conversation with the club in regards to players, etc. That's come from The Athletic, as we've just read in that article, as has the Brendan Aronson, Robin Koch stuff. So that'll obviously get, out there by everyone now, much like I do on the videos. That's, I'm not having a go at anyone there. That's what it's there for. Just getting decent players, says Jamie. I think they will, mate. I'm confident we will. Obviously, there was no mention there of Matt Rocker, but we're expecting him to leave. It's gone pretty quiet on Rasmus, and it'll be interesting to see how that. But it looks like, Roma wanted him before we got him. I think they tried to sign him for more money the previous window, and we got him. Jovanovic may be one to watch. I'm not too sure. Listen, I'll keep you updated throughout the day, as you'd expect. I don't work Mondays, tell me why, all that jazz. I don't need to give you that little pub quiz information because I give it you every Monday. I think I've told that story about the Boomtown Rats song, I Don't Like Mondays, about 15 Mondays. So you don't need to know that anymore. But things are moving in the right direction. I know we haven't had an official announcement yet, and I'm sort of relaxed about it. I'm not expecting one today, if I'm honest. Just with that article mentioning Wednesday, first pre-season, it sounds like they were still trying to sort his coaches out over the weekend. They're having conversations. Monday, Tuesday will be all about testing. Maybe tonight we'll get sort of like a video of the whole lot, how the first day went. But yeah, Wednesday, maybe Tuesday evening, ahead of Wednesday. That probably makes more sense, right? So then Wednesday morning, 9 a.m., the players are coming in and Daniel Farke is shaking hands. We'll wait and see. Listen, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in. And as always, thanks for watching the channel, man. It's all love. We've had over 700 people watching, which is amazing at 12:30 on a Monday. I'll see you all in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.